How does a basket orphan, son of a Hebrew and a Levite, dropped in the middle of the Nile River, eventually found by Pharaoh's daughter, grow up to be a hero and a martyr?
A biblical scholar, Hebrew father without a father, got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter, a burning bush. Told him to free his Jewish brothers.
And every day while slaves were being carted away, Moses lost his temper, an Egyptian he did slave. He never forgot about his one true faith. He was ready to get the Hebrews out of this place.
But Pharaoh turned her down, and devastation reigned. Moses saw his freedom dripping down the drain. God sent plagues to mess with Pharaoh's brain, but setting free the slaves could end all of his pain.
Word got around, Moses is insane, man. Stick up for his people and speaking through his main man. Head out of Egypt, don't forget from what you came. The Jews are gonna know your name. What's your name, man?
Moses Dainu, or Moshe in Hebrew. And there's a million mitzvot I haven't done, but just you wait, just you wait. Okay.
Good evening, my friends. Yes, this is a tale is a very familiar one to the Jewish people. They tried to destroy us, but we survived. Let's eat. But it's a story that we must always remember. So tonight, we tell our story so we never forget where once we came. Yes, thousands of years ago. The Jewish people lived in a land called Egypt, and they lived in peace until the wicked Pharaoh forced them into bondage. One day, God spoke to a Hebrew named Moses.
Moses, I have heard the cry of the Hebrew slaves, and I've come to rescue them. Moses, go and deliver my people from the house of bondage.
So Moses did what God ordered and went to Pharaoh.
The God of Israel has commanded that you let his people go.
I don't know of this God. I will not let the people of Israel go free.
If you do not let the Jewish slaves go free, God will send terrible, terrible plagues to punish you and your people.
Bring it on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's the 10 plagues of Egypt. It's the 10 plagues of Egypt.
Number 1, blood replaces water in the Nile. Egyptians won't be drinking for a while.
Number 2, the frogs, they're leaping in the palace. Pharaoh will regret that he ever caused.
Number 3, the lights are jumping from face to face. Negotiate a peace, free the slaves from this place. If not, the people will keep on itching. Pharaoh looks around, look at him, twitching.
Number 4, wild animals all over this land. Time that Pharaoh listens to all of God's demands. Hey Pharaoh, here's a crazy notion. Set the Hebrews free and end this commotion.
But a pestilence came from the sky. The horses and cattle will soon die.
Number 6, Pharaoh let the people in agony. Pharaoh still won't let the slaves go free.
7, the hail, it came down in a storm. Finally Pharaoh is starting to get warm.
The last chance to negotiate. Swarms of locusts, see if they can set the record straight. Pharaoh set the Hebrews free, changed his mind and yelled, "Come back to me." How many more plagues will God send? Don't you want this nightmare to come to an end? But Pharaoh was stubborn and biding his time, and that's how we got to
Number 9. Darkness came, extinguished the light. Pharaoh continued to put up a fight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 10, kill the firstborn.
And now it came to pass, after the 10th and final plague, not only did Pharaoh give the Jewish people permission to leave, but all of Egypt helped them, pack and rushed them out towards the Red Sea. But, as everyone knows, Pharaoh regretted his decision.
No regrets!
Yeah, he changed his mind. He sent his people to hunt down the Jews, and as they made their way towards the Red Sea, because even though Pharaoh set them free, he did not want to see them go.
You say the price of free labor's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your bricks, but you hurl up the hill when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you became slaves. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back. Soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back. Time will tell. You'll remember Pharaoh served you well. Pyramids rise. Hebrews fall. You'll be eating matzah through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send my Egyptian army to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. You think 40 years in the desert is not so long? You'll be the one complaining when the bread is gone. And no, don't leave this Egypt, 'cause everyone loves Egypt. There's just no place like Egypt. So you should stay in Egypt forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You'll be back just like before. I will fight your God and win the war. For your lovers, for your faith, I'll enslave you till my dying day. When you're gone, I'll go mad. I will miss the slavery I had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Everybody! Da 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 da
The Jews had to leave quickly and could not wait for their bread to rise. And I think you know what happened next. After wandering the desert for 40 years, more than 430 years of oppression finally came to an end. And far away from Egypt, the Jews were finally free. They made it to the promised land, at least everyone except Moses. When God asked him to speak to a rock in the desert to get water, he struck the rock twice instead and took credit for the water it produced. God punished him for not believing in him, and even after everything Moses had done, he would never be permitted to enter the promised land. Instead, he would lead the Hebrews to the edge of this land and behold a great nation before him. As we all know, in 1948, that promised land would officially become the state of Israel. And for that, we are truly grateful. And that is why tonight, Jews around the world will tell this story and raise a glass to our freedom.
Live to see the future,
I may not live to see the future,
but I will gladly join the fight.
I will gladly join the fight.
And when our children tell our story,
And when our children tell our story,
they'll tell the story of tonight.
let's have some Manischewitz tonight. Let's have some Manischewitz tonight.
Let's have some Manischewitz tonight. Raise a glass to freedom, something they can never take away, no matter what Pharaoh tells you.
Raise a glass to the promised land.
One day it will be Israel.
Telling the story of tonight.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
Raise a glass to freedom. Something they can never take away.
No matter what they tell you.
Let's have some Manischewitz tonight. Raise a glass to the promised land.
One day it will be Israel. Telling the story of tonight.
Let's have some Manischewitz tonight.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
Raise a glass to freedom.
They'll tell the story of
Raise a
tonight.
glass to freedom.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
They'll tell the story of
Tonight.
tonight.
The end.